are finally going to talk about the antidote to all the negative emotions, feeling, the hustle our judge and saboteur gives us on everyday basis. We are going to talk about, and you probably guessed it, your amazing self, or we can call her the sage. The great news is that you are already amazing, and as I promised, in today's challenge, I am going to show you how I know that you are already amazing. And sometimes it's just a bit difficult to see it because our amazing self is buried underneath lots of negative thoughts, emotions, all the lies saboteurs and judge give us. So who is this sage? We all want those promises our judge and saboteur give us. We all want to be great at relationship. We all want to have the amazing partner. We want to be good with our children, with our friends. We want to be successful at work and generally enjoy our life and be happy. So these are the things our saboteur and judge, they promise them to us. The only way they make us to strive for them is a wrong one, because it brings also lots of negative emotions. But we can have this life if we start to listen and start to be guided by our amazing self, by our sage. So the answer is living in the sage mode and the sage perspective. The sage perspective is that every situation, even if it seems negative, can be turned into a gift or opportunity. The perfect yet extreme example of the sage perspective is the story of the actor Christopher Reeve. I'm sure you know him because he is famous for his role of the Superman. He was incredibly active in acting, sports, social activism, and he was in the midst of his strength when a disaster hit. He was only 42, and during a horse race, he fell down from his horse and became paralyzed from his neck down. Of course, he went through incredibly hard period of despair and negative emotions, because if this happens, it's really a life changer. We can't even imagine how it must have been. But what is so inspiring is that he managed to come out and go back to his life and inspire others. He went back to acting even if he was paralyzed. He started directing movies and he continued in his social activism. He used his influence and his condition to lobby for change of legislation for disabled people. He started fundraising and for promoting the spinal cord injury research. And his activities helped so many other people who had similar injury after him. So we cannot control our life, but we can choose how we can react. Do we react in a negative way, the way our judge and saboteurs advise us to do? Or do we react in a positive way? Do we react using the sage perspective, when we know that every situation, even if it seems tragic, negative, and at that particular moment, we can't see how this could be possibly. We have this faith and openness to believe that the situation can be in some way helpful, can teach us something or lead us somewhere where we otherwise wouldn't go. Let's break down the sage perspective into 3 gifts in 3 ways how we can apply that every situation can be seen as a gift or opportunity. So the first one is the gift of knowledge. Thanks to the situation which happened, we will learn something new, and this in turn will help us in future. So for example, if we go through a painful breakup, we learn that being self-centered and thinking only about ourselves in the relationship is a no-go. So our next relationship, thanks to this lesson, will finally work out and will be much better than the first one. The second gift is the gift of inspiration. In this way, the seemingly negative situation inspires us to do something which we would not do otherwise. So the same breakup can inspire us to travel to different continents. So thanks to the moment of the breakup, we decided to leave our country and visited 20 other countries, end up traveling for 2 years, met amazing people and changed entirely, and went on different career, get great insights, and we just changed completely as a person. And the third gift is the gift of power. This is the way when the situation makes us stronger and makes us more resilient. So for example, a situation which in the past would trigger 3-hour long argument with your partner and a sleepless night. It now, after all this experience and using the sage perspective, now it becomes something which you don't even bother yourself about. You are just cool about it, and it doesn't upset you in ways as it used to upset you many years ago. And do you know what is really amazing? It is the fact that being positive is not something we have to be born with, but it's a skill. It being a skill, it means that we can all learn it. And this is where the circle closes. If you remember in the first video, I was sharing a bit about myself, that I was naturally a negative person. Luckily, I discovered that all the negative voices, the emotions were created in my head by my judge and by my saboteur. Slowly, I learned to stop listening to them and learned to rediscover my amazing self, my sage. This combination of stopping to listen to my judge and saboteurs and learning to listen to my sage, together with training my mental muscles, meaning basically rewiring the small roots in my brain, made me much more calm, clear-headed, and positive. So if I can do it, you can also do it. And you becoming a more positive person, more calm person, it will inevitably lead to better life. It will lead to the relationship of your dreams. It will also affect the way you are at work, the way you are with your friends, just generally the person you are. And I did not forget that I promised you the proof that I know that you are amazing. And this is going to be your today's challenge. If you can, look up your old picture from the period when you were a baby or a toddler. Keep looking at this picture throughout the day, and can you see how the baby was amazing, how innocent, how joyful, how happy she was? If you could not find your picture, or if you find this bit difficult, think of your own baby, or the baby of your sister, or baby of your friend. Generally, all the babies, we can see the innocence, the joy, and how excited for life they are. And remember, you were a baby once too. You were this amazing as well. And this is the proof that you are amazing, because this small baby did not go away with you growing up. It is still there, only sometimes it's covered under lots of negative emotions and experiences. But this is the real you. You are still the amazing baby, because our essence did not change. So now you know that your amazing self is there. The only missing piece of puzzle is the mental fitness I mentioned a couple of times already. And I'm going to talk about it a bit deeper next week in my live masterclass. And I hope you can join me for this masterclass, because that's where we will put all the bits together and make the big picture, when you will finally see how to rediscover your amazing self and create the relationship of your dreams. So I will see you there.